Welcome back to Roaming with Restless Women. Today, I have a great show lined up for you. I have Teresa Wornstaff with us. She's an influential catalyst for graceful change, whose mission is to normalize spirituality, elevate collective consciousness, and empower personal evolution. Excuse me. A high-level intuitive with the rare ability to channel soul-level wisdom, which we're all about here, is wisdom. She helps individuals cultivate deep connections with their soul, spirit guides, and the universe. Teresa's approach combines grounded intuitive insight with a deep commitment to helping others live with clarity, intention, and purpose. With over 30 years in corporate leadership and 20 years as a consultant, coach, and mentor, Teresa bridges the worlds of conscious business and spiritual evolution. They're not as different as we think they are. She shares her wisdom through private mentorship, global summits, master workshops, and her podcast, Soul Channel. Her book, Manual for Humanity, and its companion workbook will be released this summer and reflects her passion for guiding others toward their highest potential. Her message is simple and powerful. You are meant to live an extraordinary life. I love that. Welcome, Teresa. I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, Julie, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited for our time together.
Well, me too. Can we start off by you describing a little bit more about exactly what you do and what a high level intuitive actually is and does?
Yeah. So I think the best way is to create context around what is a high level intuitive. And this is my world. I love to build context because I think it creates clarity and communication.
Mhm.
When I was born with all my intuitive abilities open. I can remember laying in my crib and playing with energies and energy beings and seeing colors and sparkles. And it was in a magical world as an infant, as a young one. And remember, I'm not mobile. I'm laying in a crib and all everything is energetic magic to me.
Mhm.
And then I start getting mobile, which means I'm interacting with the human world more and more. And I became very dismayed and confused and sad and unsure of how I was going to make these beautiful constructs and energies that I'm aware of a part of this human world where we construct tragedy and drama and stress and frustration and anger through our lack of interaction with our internal wisdom.
Right.
I have a very powerful belief that is immutable. I believe that every single human on this planet is intuitive,
Mhm.
that we have systematically shut down all of our intuitive abilities because they were ostracized and they were made other. Nobody
Yes.
wants to be other anymore, right? So I did that. I systematically dimmed my light, dimmed my abilities so that I could conform and fit in. I call
Mm.
that living by default.
Mm.
And it wasn't until my children were born that I recognized I need to do something with this. So I began to open up those channels again. And it really was COVID and the shutting down of everything, which created that internal relationship where everything did a deep dive. I was also in my second Saturn return. And if you don't know what that is, you got to find out because, oh my God, it changes your life.
Okay, have no idea. I have to find
So,
out.
yeah, so a Saturn return, and I'm going to paraphrase, I'm not an astrologer. There's so many wise astrologers, but Google it, and um, it's literally where your life turns itself upside down. And it occurs in late 20s and late 50s, mid to late 50s. And
Wow.
it's this huge transformation of your life, this opening of wisdom, if you choose. right? Because everything's a choice. And what I discovered as I began to open more and more deeply into who I am within is that I can contact any energy, system, or spiritual being, period. This dimension, another dimension, past life, future life. I I don't have those filters that say I can't do communication with this.
Okay.
So what it opened, and this was a gradual revelation, you're getting it all at once, but it was a gradual
Oh,
revelation,
yeah, okay.
was that when I had conversations with people, or when I went in to speak to large groups, I could entrain to the energies of the individuals who are A, physically present, and B, who were going to access the information at a later date because time is not linear, it's circular, right? And I could then allow my guides to lead me in bringing in exactly what was needed for the person or persons that I'm interacting with. And I learned that and said, yes, I'll do
Okay.
that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll do that. I will become a conduit for wisdom for whomever is interested in receiving it.
So what happened? I'm going to ask a very simple, kind of dumb question because I don't, I just want to make sure I'm getting this. So when you're, because I can go in as a change management consultant,
Yep,
I can go into a room and I know immediately that it's a culture that is positive, somewhat negative, where the problems are. Here's these two people over here I'm picking up. They're tense with each other. I pick this all up kind of naturally. I always have.
yep,
But when you're, and I speak as well, and I feed off that energy from the audience. I love it. And I can tell when I've got them and when I'm losing them, et cetera, et cetera. When you are in front of a group of people and you have people with differing needs,
hmm
how do you bridge that gap? So what one needs isn't the same as what another needs.
yep. Excellent question. So, first, I want to validate that you have a unique ability to know and read people, but not only read people, but read truth. There's a distinct difference between being able to read people and being able to read truth, right? Truth
It's gotten me in
eliminates.
trouble quite a lot.
I know, me too. Yeah, you
I have a
learn to.
bullshit meter in my head. Yeah.
So, you also have the unique, I'm getting a strong yes on this, the unique ability to know the optimal solution collectively.
Mm,
So it's not about how do I fix or how do I, because you can't fix anything, how
mm,
do I support John in mediating his behavior with everybody else? Okay, that's not it. What you see is not only how do I take care of John, but how do I take care of the whole team that is impacted by John? And how do I create solutions that up level and empower? Now that's unique. That
mm.
is one of your superpowers. And anybody who's looking for somebody with skills to come in and level set their organization, you're it. And it is your intuition. It's your spiritual gift. And we all have them.
Mhm.
So, when I come in, my spiritual gift is to be able to hand over power to my guides. So my guides work with all of y'all's guides and spiritual teams to determine what is needed in this moment. And
Mhm.
what happens is it's delivered by energy transmissions, energy codes. And one form of that, they're telling me I have to explain this, is like the red envelopes the Chinese give at this is how I see it. This is how I've always seen it. The red envelopes that the Chinese give at Chinese New Year is a
Okay.
gift, right?
Uh-huh.
And you have to receive it and open it. So not only are you getting activated energy codes when you're listening to this, and everybody is as we're speaking, but you also get little red envelopes that have latent energy codes that are optimal for future wisdom. So you will come into a situation in your near future. This envelope will activate, open, and release within your systems and bring to you the wisdom and knowledge, tools, and skills necessary to navigate the challenge or opportunity with alacrity, with
Mm,
ease, with grace. Does that make sense?
yes. It's a little overwhelming, I have to
Yeah.
say, because when you're not used to when you're not used to thinking in that energy way, or seeking beneath the surface.
Yeah.
Most of us don't live day to day below that surface. Some of us live a little below the surface all the time, but most people just skim along the top.
Yeah.
And I think when I coach, the most successful coaching that I do is when people actually are compelled to go by a question I ask or whatever, go beneath the surface a little bit. And I
Yeah.
always like to say, if we're doing our coaching right, we have to get to the personal,
Yeah.
because the professional, even when we might start there, that's not where real life is.
Yeah.
It's all the stuff underneath that. But anyway,
A
okay,
hundred
I think
percent.
it makes sense um that I am receiving today, right now, in this moment, the energy code that I'm going to need
Mhm.
coming up. And if I recognize that I've got this red envelope, I can open it and use that energy, which will help me um, work in this situation, whatever it happens to be, with grace and ease.
Right.
That sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
And I know, right? And
I'd like to not
sometimes
have to
it
struggle.
that's the objective, right?
Oh, yeah.
Often this whole energetic unveiling occurs subconsciously. We're not even aware of it. What I'm describing is what I see and what I know. So
Yes.
I agree. Let's back it up. So, at the very foundational level, what is available is the opportunity for each and every human being to acknowledge
Yeah.
their intuitive gifts.
Yes.
And I've got a really simple explanation for intuition. Intuition mirrors all of our physical senses: the mind, knowing, eyes, seeing, mouth, speaking, also tasting, nose, smelling, ears, hearing, skin, feeling. So all of our physical senses are limited by their physical expression.
Right.
And that's by design. We've designed our society that we don't acknowledge that the feeling of skin is far beyond the skin itself, that there's an empathetic ability within each and every one of us that is 2 degrees activated,
Okay.
right? That we've all walked into a room and felt dissonance or joy. We've all been with a friend who we love dearly and have known, wow, something's wrong.
Yeah.
I what's going on, friend? Like, bring it in. So when we begin to understand that all of our intuitive abilities are simply an extension of our physical abilities, it's easier to make friends with them. And when it's easier to make friends with them, it's easier to bring them into our daily life. And there's so many fun ways to do that, like the phone's ringing. Guess, who is it?
Yeah.
Your text beeps. Guess, who is it? You're driving to Costco. Use Costco as deliberately. You
Yeah.
want front row parking. Well, let your intuition guide you to the parking spot that's going to open exactly where you need to park. Um, you're driving home from work. You're driving to a friend's. You're driving for dinner. Let your intuition guide you what is the optimal way with the least amount. I live in Seattle. The least amount of
Yeah.
traffic. So there's so many fun ways to play with growing your intuition. And that's exactly what happens. It grows and it becomes more and more a part of your life. And then it starts to become interactive, right?
Mhm.
You start to connect with higher levels of wisdom, your soul, who is, and this is across the board, eagerly waiting for you to ask for support and help.
Yeah. What tell me about spirit guides and the way that they play into the situation of helping you to better hear the wisdom.
So that is one ability I never completely turned off. And why I didn't turn it off is because it kept me safe. I
Mm,
could, I could do, I love to travel and I love to travel alone because an explorer. And I've never felt unsafe anywhere.
wow.
Even in a big city like New York or a big city like Paris or a big, I don't feel concerned because I know my guides are watching out for me. And so that's the first level of guides that people have access to. The guides that help keep us safe, that give us wisdom to help us stay sovereign
Mm,
and autonomous in our life. Um, Guides come in the form of spirit helpers, individual spirit beings that want to come in and help facilitate a dream that you're holding. I want this new job. I want this promotion. I want to meet my partner. I want to find the right house. I want to live in a city that I can thrive in. All of those human things. Well, I'm telling you, you got a team behind you that are like, right on, let's go do it. But it requires that you receive the guidance and take action on it,
hmm.
right? And each and every one of us receive thousands of messages a day.
Oh yeah.
Most of us pay attention to 20, 10.
And you're talking messages from your guides or messages from everywhere, because then quadruple that as
Yeah,
far as worldly messages, emails, I mean, anything that will interrupt your attention and grab your attention.
right. And everything is fodder for your guides communicating with you. The email, the billboard, the
Mm,
conversation you overheard. Your attention is drawn to that for a reason.
mm,
The animal that crosses your path, the flower that draws your attention, every single thing that you put your attention on is a message, has
okay.
meaning. And it's a fun game to play. I do something called Adventure Day where I just get out of the house and go play.
Okay.
I'll go to the beach, I'll go to the mountains, something. I like nature. And one of the intentions I set before I do an adventure day is, okay, show me something that I don't know. Show me something I haven't seen before, or bring me a message that I haven't received because I haven't been paying attention. And then my whole world is filled with curiosity, right? It's fun. And we do better when it's fun, right?
Oh, I think so. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you mentioned before we got on the podcast that you had some spirit guides that showed up and
Yeah.
wanted to be on the podcast, which
They
is
did.
exciting for me. I haven't ever had spirit guides on my podcast before. That's amazing. So tell me about that.
So, channeling is basically, for me, my experience of channeling is I open up my awareness, I connect in with my spirit guides, and they deliver information that I speak to you. Often the cadence of my speaking changes, um, the tone changes. You can tell when I'm channeling and when I'm not.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to bring them in?
Sure. Why not?
Let's do it. Okay. Hmm. It is with absolute delight and pleasure that we are here with you today, and it is to our benefit to bring to you this wisdom because it will open within you a way of being and seeing and feeling into your world that is so much more expansive than each of you currently are holding. And what we are speaking of is the ability to open your hearts, to open your hearts, to see with your heart, to filter your environment with your heart. Your heart cannot lie. Your heart knows that which is optimal for your life. And for those who are listening in this moment and you are facing a very challenging situation, we see you. We hear you, we embrace you, and we love you. And we counsel, we offer that. If you close your eyes and drop into your heart, we will fill it with love. You simply need to receive. And when one comes from a place of love, then one can see what is the optimal path. Does it mean that you will have a light switch moment and your life will all of a sudden be merry-go-rounds? No. What it means is that the next step in your evolutionary path, in your optimal evolutionary path, in creating the life that your heart desires, will present itself. And when you see that next step, go back into your heart and ask, is this for me? Is this the step? It doesn't look like the step. I don't understand. And yet, when you go into your heart, if you hear the whisper of a yes, then it is for you. You see, the unfolding of your optimal destiny, the unfolding of your heart's desire isn't always completely apparent to the human mind. The human mind is so limited by only the perception that human has created in that life. It is so limited that when we, your guides, your teams, your soul, bring to you that next step and you don't recognize it, it is because you are creating a new construct for the mind to hold. And for those who are sitting in the challenge space, just take the next step. The next step that is taken will then reveal the next step, and then the next step. And it may take days of your linear time, it may take weeks or even months. But we promise when you tap into your heart, act from your heart, and listen to your intuition, interact with your guides, all that your heart desires, all that your soul has designed for your destiny will unfold. And at this time, each and every human listening to this transmission will be activated to receive exactly what is needed for them. It is all waiting for you. You simply must choose it. Oh, thank you.
Wow, that was
Wow,
beautiful.
that was that was beautiful.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. It was like a poem almost, you know, it just
Yeah.
very, very hopeful and encouraging and peaceful. Yeah, that was beautiful.
And listen to it again, everybody, and close your eyes because exactly what you described, Julie,
Mhm.
is what we all need.
Yeah, we need to hear that there's more.
Yeah.
Um, because for most of us, um, I think we spend our lives in fear to some degree or another
Yeah.
and survival mode. And, you know, when the world is, it feels like it's going crazy and there are so many things that we cannot control, how can we, for ourselves and for those around us, how can we be peaceful and provide that hope
Yeah.
and live there instead of getting all wound up in things that in the end of the day aren't going to really matter?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I really like the fact that the hierarchy of value is something that I talk about in my coaching practice, and it's intrinsic, extrinsic, and systemic. Anytime I'm making a decision for myself or for my business, for my family, my very first thought is this is the benefit going to be intrinsic, meaning for a person,
Hmm.
or something bigger than
Yeah.
the situation we're in, or is it extrinsic, meaning it's all about money, or it's all about, you know, reaching a goal that, frankly, at the end of the day, nobody cares. It's
Yeah.
maybe it's important for you for a short term, but it's not the sum total of your life.
Yeah.
That's what you were just saying really blended well into what I already consider my hierarchy of values, or not values, but value. What do
Yeah.
I value in the world? And one of those things is um, the most important thing is people. It's the most important thing. So tell me the kinds of wisdom that you've actually received at critical points in your life.
Oh,
Probably a
I think,
thousand million to choose from,
yeah,
but
I think probably, and I'm going, okay, so first of all, we are all born to overcome opportunities, challenges, which are actually opportunities. And for me, a very hard childhood, single mom to two kids, with a lot of uncertainty. So for me, the one is always safety. Do I
yeah,
feel safe? You know? And secondary to that is trust, can I trust? And for me, when I teach in my classes, there's three levels of trust. It's trust of self,
Hmm.
trust of others, and trust of the universe.
Yeah,
So right now, and I think ongoing, because we don't ever complete a lesson, we just continue to level up. Um, it's trust and surrender that I really am divinely cared for, that I really am allowed to have all of my dreams. I'm really allowed to cultivate everything my heart desires, but I can't do it by myself. When I co-create with the universe, because the universe is vast in its resources, vast in its wisdom, vast in its knowledge, it's going to bring to me something greater than my brain can construct
for sure.
100% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the surrender part. I'm going to trust that I'm safe, I'm cared for, and all that I desire or something better is waiting for me. So trust and surrender is a big one,
Mm,
I think, that I continuously move through because even even though I have all these abilities and even though I have access to all this wisdom, I'm still human and I still have everything that y'all went through and maybe a lot that you didn't go through. And when I reflect back on those opportunities, they are what have allowed me to cultivate the wisdom because the solution was a co-creation with the universe, which was greater. Does that make sense?
it totally does. It totally
Yeah.
does because I know that in this culture, we elevate people who do it alone, who never give up,
Yeah.
who persevere, and that's all wonderful, but it's so much easier when you are connected to something bigger than you. And it could be, for something small or mundane, it could be a group of people who you can trust 100%, who can bolster you up and give you that feeling of, I can do this. And sometimes it needs to be the universe because
Yeah.
there are problems, there are things that come up in your life that are way bigger, way,
Hmm.
way, way bigger than you can handle on your own.
Yeah.
And why would you not reach out if that source is there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also have a theory that we are absolutely not meant to do this alone.
Yeah.
And I run a trust circle that was started in the inner MBA. And we're moving into our fifth year now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And our community has gone through deaths. We've had people whose families have been in war zones. We've had people who have had babies. We've literally gone through every one of life's major events. And I'm here to tell you with 100% certainty, because this is my experience with this group, when you are with like-minded people who have similar values, right? And you allow yourself to be held, seen, heard, and supported, the journey is so much easier.
Yes,
We're not meant to do this by ourselves. Humanity craves community, and that community is where solutions lie,
I
not to a
agree.
deified idol who's going it alone and going to tell you what to do. That's
Right.
my perspective.
No, I 100% agree with you. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Many of my listeners will too. I could tell you that. This is a very challenging time. Uh, I think it's challenging because a lot of pillars that we revere and that we hold on to and that we think are immutable are crumbling,
Yeah.
are crashing. And the scary part of that is it reminds me that nothing worldly stays.
Yeah.
Nothing worldly stays. Not even me, my body, but my
Yeah.
soul does.
Yep.
And
100%. And
I'm not going to
and
get into what happens after because I have
that's
no
a
idea. I don't think
that's a
anybody
whole
has
other
any idea. But I have a firm belief that we're not done
No,
when we
we're
die,
not.
you know?
We're not. My dad passed about a month and a half ago, and
Oh,
mm, that's okay. It was the right time for him. He had dementia and he was end stages.
mm,
Um,
my mom's there now.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's the journey is really challenging.
it is.
You're losing the person in real life, which is really hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what remains though, even if they don't know you, they can't make sense. You can't have a conversation with them. It's all gibberish or whatever. What remains, like I told my sister, when I hug my mom, she's my mom.
Yeah,
And it's that feeling, soul to soul,
yeah.
that soul recognition that is still there. And I don't think that ever goes away,
Mm-mm. It
you know.
doesn't. It doesn't. And that's the most important connection because it's the deepest and the richest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but we're almost out of time, and I have three questions that I ask at the end. You might enjoy these, actually.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes.
All right.
All right. Share with me what appears in your mind's eye when I say the words wise woman.
Infinite possibilities and expansiveness.
Mm,
It's this field of unlimited, lush grass and flowers and the smell of fresh air and the sound of the bees and the birds. Yeah.
hmm That's beautiful. Okay. My next question, you can open your eyes.
Okay.
My next question is, where do you like to roam?
Oh, everywhere. I love to travel. I just got back from 3.5 weeks in Europe, just running
Nice.
around Dublin, Ireland, south of France.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And for me, there's nothing more regenerative than to get into my car with my dog,
hmm
just drive to somewhere new, somewhere that I can explore.
hmm
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. You like to roam. You're my kind of roamer. Okay, and here's my final question. What makes you restless, but in a good way?
Growth and expansion, which um, the universe asking me to go bigger and do more. And that little human inside me saying, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm really scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you might be scared, but you're also eager at the same time if your restlessness is like mine. You
exactly.
know, it's a joyous kind of thing. It's a little scary, but it's still joyous.
Well, and that's the difference between the fear that's immobilizing and the fear that mobilizes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. You have been such a great guest. Thank you so much, Teresa. How can people get a hold of you?
TeresaWarnstaff.com. That is the best place to find all the shenanigans that I'm up to. I have a trust circle that's free to anyone who wants to join every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. I have an upcoming summit in the fall, the Global Evolutionary Summit. This is the second time that we're presenting. You can find information on my website. I have a 6-month incubator that births your wisest self called The Alchemy of an Intentional Life, which
Oh,
starts in December. It's that class was channeled on the Lionsgate about 4 years ago, and people come in and stay. I've had people do it every single time that I offer because it's transformational. It'll change your life.
it sounds
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, I will definitely put your website in the show notes so people can go and check out all of your offerings. And thank you so much for being here with us. It's been a pleasure.
Julie, this has been so much fun. Thank you for holding the space.
Thank you. Julie Noonan here. Thank you so much for listening to Roaming with Restless Women. If you're a successful senior woman leader who would like to be on this program, please visit podcast.intuitivewisdomcoach.com. If you enjoyed this interview, please share this episode on social media and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Your thumbs ups and reviews go a long way.